He did.
He did?
And he spoke Aramaic.
Aramaic, I know he did that.
And he spoke
And Hebrew.
as a lot of the Jews did in first century Palestine. Especially the rabbis would always have spoken Hebrew. In the synagogue, that was the language that was spoken, taught. Christ probably taught a lot of his parables in Hebrew. But the lingua franca, the language up until that time was Aramaic largely, and then, 333 BC, Alexander the Great, and the Greek became, the main language. But in Palestine, it was still everyone in that, those generations probably would have spoken
Their
Aramaic.
schools were in, that Sefer and stuff, those were all in Hebrew too, but I'm sure they learned other things too. The Torah would have been in Hebrew too. But
Right.
they would have all learned.
Like I said, in the
all
synagogues,
languages,
they
yeah.
would have spoken Hebrew. All the rabbis, Jesus obviously was a rabbi, would have spoken Hebrew as well. But this was on the table, and I thought we would use it as a good teaching and cultural lesson tonight. Ti estin tuto. Stephanos. Stephanos. Ego Vasilevs. Ego tithemi Stephanon. Epitin kephalemu. Stephanos estin. La. Utos o Stephanos. Ex akanthon. Akanta. Akanta. Akanta estin. O Stephanos ex akanthon. Akanthon. Extratiote, the soldiers. Extratiote. Kanamon is the word. Machera makra. Kalos. Kanamon is the word for reed, or it's also what they use for a writing utensil. So this is kalamos, but it's also like a reed, and that's the word that they used. Egyptian, they struck him with a kalamon. I'm going to read the verse from Matthew. You won't understand every word, but after what we just did, you'll understand many of them. One more thing. Ego pleko ta akanta. I'm weaving. Ego pleko. Kalos acusate. Que plexantes Stephanon. Plexantes Stephanon ex akanton. Ethekan epites kephales avtu. Que kalamon ente dexia avtu. Kalamon. Don't think marker, think kalamon. Ente dexia avtu. Que gonipetesantes emprosten avtu. Enepexan avto legontes. Chere Vasilev ton Judeon. Chere Vasilev ego o Vasilevsim. Here Vasilev ton Judeon, king of the Jews. This really hurts. Carlos, apo tu Evangeliu tu Mateo. It's from the Gospel of Matthew.
It's a chapter verse.
27, verse 29. Palin. Yosef. Elte Katison. CEO Yosef. Jesus. Katison. Que plexantes Stephanon. Plexantes and weaving. Que plexantes Stephanon ex acanton. Ethekon. Epi tes kapales aptu. Ethekon. Que epites kefales aptu. Que calamon inte dexia aptu. Uc inte hiri aristera aptu. Inte dexia. Dexia aristera. Dexia. Kalos calamon inte dexia aptu. Que goniu petesantes. Gonius estin. Ni. Goni petesantes. Emprosten aptu, before him, in front of him. And eupexon. They mocked him. And eupexon apto. Legontes. Here Vasilev ton Judeon. Ton Judeon of the Jews. Vasilev ton Judeon. Kalos. And you posted it. Kalos. I mean, before class I saw the Stephanos and I was like, interesting. So I looked up and, I mean, you know a lot of the words in that verse. So that should be encouraging. What was that?
Week 5, right? Or 6 now?
Yeah, I mean, that is good, solid Greek right there, straight from the New Testament. And I already read one of the other verses. What did we talk about? The Jesus na demon-possessed man. Ti onomasu. So we read that one. We'll have to bring it back. Bring it back up. Alo, Carlos. Fos estin. Fos que Scotia. Scotia que fos. Carlos. Imis cathete. No, cathete. Oh, wait. Imis in te foti. In to foti. Imis in to foti. Ego in te scotia. Scotia estin. Fos estin. Kalos? Imis in to foti. Ego in te scotia. Ioannes o apostolos, John the apostle, aptos ipen, Yosef, Palin, Kalos. Peripati in to foti. Peripati in to foti. Kalos. Me peripates in te scotia. Uchi. Peripati in te scotia. In to foti, sorry. Pantes imis, anastete. Peripatite in to foti. Peripatite in to foti. Kalos. Imis peripatite in to foti. Kalos. Upostrepsate prostas cathedras iumon. Apollos peripati in te scotia. Diati otiaptos agapa ten scotian. 2 photos. He loved the darkness more than the light. Kalos. Upostrepsate prostas cathedras humas. So again, that is another verse, Ioannes, o apostolos ipen, peripatite in to photi. Kalos? Kalos. Kenun. Elte pros elte eki, turn the light on. Alright, so we have echomen, it means echomen, ecosin lepta, 20 minutes, ecosin lepta, lave, so stay on the side with the picture. Okay, read with me on the top. I'm just going to read it. O Yosef, O Yosef, ke e Maria, fevgusin, meta Jesu, is Egypton. Ties in Egypton, kalos. O potamos Jordane, Jordan River, Ethalases, Ethalassa, que Ethalassa e Megale, the Great Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Ge Israel, Ge Israel, alright. Egyptos, esteem, Egyptos, ne, Egyptos. O Yosef ke Maria, ke e Maria, fevgusin. Ties in fevgusin. Twisting. O Ophis. Ophis esteem. Ego fovume. Ego fovume apo to Ophos. Ego fevgo. Ego fevgo. I'm fleeing. Running away, I'm fleeing. Ego fevgo apo to Ophos. O Yosef ke e Maria fevgusin meta Jesu. Meta Jesu. Jesu aptos pedion. Pedion. So we have pes. Pedion is like a small pes. Okay, baby. Pedion. Is Egypton. Is Egypton. Todos? So what I want now is you two. Que Apolos, que Solon, que Emis, que Emis. Okay. How about you three go together and then you two, so that I can kind of go back and forth. And I just want you, so the onomata, nouns, these are things, objects in the pictures. And all 12 of these nouns you see here, listed here, I'm not going to have you write them right now, but they're all labeled here. So the 12 items are labeled. Now, you'll notice, for instance, there's 2 betas and 2 zetas and 2 etas. So for instance, zeta, right here above the woman, zeta. Because there's 2 of them here, that's 2 of these words describe her. Okay? So what I want you to do is either identify them, or here's phrases, is Egypton, apo Bethlehem, from Bethlehem, en te eremo, so eremos is desert or wilderness, eremos. That's one of the words in here, eremos. So I want you to talk using some of these phrases or words. It could be as simple as, onos, or egune elavni onon, or o anthropos peripati, or o Yosef feri ravdon. So again, most of these words are ente hiriavtu, in his hand. Ravdos, ravdos, ente hiriavtu. Now the ones at the bottom are verbs. You can use these, but these are all in the I am doing something form. You notice elavno, fevgo, peripato, fero. Now I know this is stretching you, but just keep it as simple as you want, even if it's just saying words. Uranos, pedion, aner. Just start with that and just see if you can start helping each other construct phrases, and I'll be helping you. And we'll just see how this goes. So we have 15 minutes. We're going to end with this, and you can take this home, and on the back are questions, comprehension questions, and you can attempt them, see how it goes. Next week we'll talk about it, and if it's not, if this is too much at this point, that's fine, and hopefully you'll pick up a couple things, and we'll come back to it later. Okay? So why don't you three?
Apolos, Lucas.
Yeah, and then you two, and I will just kind of be floating between.
Maria, is Z, huh?
Ada.
Is that Maria?
Mm-hmm.
N is,
Jesus.
what is it, Union?
So again,
Ayune, she's a woman, right?
Yeah. Maria. Yeah. Zara. What?
If you want, maybe now if you have a kalamon, you can write in. But I was wanting this time to be primarily just speaking while we're in class together.
Oh.
So let's keep it at that, and then you can go home, and this week you can fill it in writing. You're just talking the words. Hello.
Okay, so Maria, Feri, Jesus. Feri. I don't know. That would be
Maria.
not popular.
Proper.
Feri,
Jesus.
Jesus, where?
Jesus.
Yeah, I know, but I don't see.
Jesus.
I know.
Jesus is right here.
This is Jesus.
No. Yours is different. No, it's right here. Oh, yes. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Pali, egine,
Onon.
Onon.
Tis alos.
Yosef.
Maria. Elavni. Maria. Elavni. Epito. Onon.
Yosef.
Oh, no.
So, Maria.
Ke
Maria.
Jesus. TPU.